So I went to make this video about celebrities, and I had saved it to YouCut, and it showed up and everything, and then I deleted the original video, and all of a sudden both videos deleted. So enemy. But I was saying, like, you know, people make these celebrities into idols. That's why they're called celebrity idols. But the Father said, "You shall have no other God or nor other idol before me." These people are not worthy to be worshipped. Like, I was looking at videos of Incubus, which, you know, they have a few good songs that I think are relatable and helpful. And but look at the name of the band, Incubus. Like, an incubus is some kind of demon. It's a sex demon. That's what it is. And, you know, the band said, "Oh, well, you know, we were young when we picked that, but don't believe everything you hear." So I was looking at interviews of him, and he's got this tattoo on his back of an all-seeing star, or an all-seeing eye. So that means he's made a covenant with Lucifer. Now, these celebrities, they are not worthy to be worshipped. Many of them are using witchcraft to tap into people's minds, to get information and words and memories to make their music. I actually heard that from somebody that's in the music industry, that works in Atlanta and has worked with pretty prominent people before. He's a Christian. They also go to ancestors, and they get information from them on how to make music. I don't necessarily believe in the whole ancestors thing. I think it's probably demons, but, you know, these people believe what they believe, and so they think they're talking to ancestors. And then these celebrities, they do have to make a deal with Satan in order to gain the fame and status that they have. Like, when I was in LA, I was the house cleaner of a very prominent CEO. And, you know, one of his people came to me, and they were like, "You know, you really could move up in this industry." And I said, "What? But, like, having orgies or something? Because, Loretta, your girl's not about to be doing all that." Like, and I was a Christian at the time, and I kind of knew they were going to come with some crazy stuff, and they ended up coming with some crazy stuff, and I basically was attacked for the rest of the time I was there, and then I quit. But this guy, he had pictures of Satan all over his house. That's who they worship. And their job is to keep the masses deceived. They literally get paid to do that. That's why they got the status that they do. Many of them do sacrifices. That's why you see them with blonde hair, because it means they killed somebody, because Satan is a killer. Some of them will have pink hair, which means they're dealing with babies and kids in some kind of way, whether they're into having sex with them or trading them or eating them. That's what that means. And so these people are not worthy to be worshipped. You know, they're not in the place that they're in because they have talent and because they're special. They are doing things to get that status. With Zendaya, I saw a picture of her the other day in a gown, and she was, you know, had her back turned towards the camera. And we had just got done talking about pharmakeia. So the medical industry, they use 2 serpents in the staff and some wings on it. And this is of no coincidence. I don't know if people know about the Hippocratic Oath, but many doctors have to take that oath, which basically is pledging allegiance to the gods of medicine. I don't know all the gods of medicine, but I know Hermes is one of them. And in fact, he uses a staff with 2 serpents and some wings. And this symbol is also found on the belly of the Baphomet, which is some demon. It could be the same god, because these gods kind of, they expand across different cultures. You know, like Tammuz is mentioned in the Bible. He's also Apollo. He's also, I think, Horus and Krishna, possibly. And so it's all the same gods, but, you know, people in their cultures, they illustrate them in different ways. But, yeah, so Zendaya had this dress on, and it had, like, 2 serpents on her back. Like, they're wrapped around a pole. And so, I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard that the staff represents one's spine. And, you know, your spine is like, it connects all the nerves in your body. So it's almost like your cable box, if you will. I mean, I guess you could say the same thing about your brain, but they're all connected. And so, you know, basically she was saying, "Here I am, I'm a serpent. I've got this freaking serpent coiled around my spine. I'm evil now," you know, and maybe it took her a while to get to that place. But it happened. It's there now. You know, it's sad because they take these really young children and they turn them into that. A lot of them. However, some of them are born into that. They have parents in the industry, and their parents are dumb. Their conscience is seared, and so they put their children in that as well. But, you know, the Father says in the Bible, if you don't turn to Him, you know, He will send curses on your generations. Like, I think 10 generations or something like that. And I don't think He stopped doing that, to be honest. I really don't. The only way you can get out the curse is by coming to the Messiah. That's the only way out of the curse. Otherwise, you're just cursed. Sorry. And can you not tell by the people in the world? I was going to say, these celebrities, they basically deceive you into worshiping the enemy, you know. We think it's all fun and games. Like I was, I was trying to do a remake of that song "Work" by Rihanna because I think it's fun to do these like Christian remakes of songs. And I'm looking at the video and I'm like, it's just trash. Like, and I remember at a time in my life that I thought that was cute and that's how I was supposed to be. And oh my God, look at Rihanna's dress. I want to dress just like that where I'm butt naked. Oh, look at her shoes. Oh, I like her makeup. Oh, I want hair like that. Oh, I need to be twerking like that on a guy. Maybe he'll want me, you know. And none of this is true. But they've also been deceived by the enemy, and so they go out deceiving other people. And to remain in that place of position, they have to do those things. And these people are programmed into different programs as well. Like I was talking about MK Ultra. Myself, I think I was programmed into the sex kitten programming, where it's like, yeah, you're basically just eye candy and a sex toy. Like I was in Australia and I was basically dating men for their money. And I really ended up liking this guy. He was older. He said he was divorced and all that, but he had lied. I came to find out at the end he was lying, but you know, he was a real evil dude. Like, took me to this place called Naked for Satan, and now looking back on it, I understand why. But he had told me, like, I was against God, and that's why I was in the position that I was in. And so these videos keep cutting off, so I'm going to continue what I was saying. So the guy had taken me to this place, and he said I was against God, and that's why I was in the position that I was in. It was like this demon was speaking to him, telling me that. And I had no idea what he was talking about, because I had not too much experience with anything spiritual. You know, I'm thinking everything is just what I can touch, taste, see, and hear, basically. And so that was really peculiar, but I guess someone had told him before, some girl had told him he was like the most evil person she ever met, and he thought that was funny. But anyway, yeah, there's some crazy folks out here. I had a lot of experiences overseas, because overseas they don't have the foundation of Christianity that they do in the US, and all religions are created by Satan aside the way, which is the way of the Most High, the Creator. And so these people don't really have too much protection spiritually, because they're worshiping all these other gods. And so people can become vessels pretty easily. How I know Satan makes deals with people is because he tried to make a deal with me. So I was in this house when I was in New Zealand, and I was experiencing, you know, a lot of dark spiritual things. I knew like some things, like entities were trying to teach me, just like the Bible says, fallen angels came down to teach men. I knew that some entities were trying to teach me, and I was just not having it. So I ended up in this house where there was like 30 people staying there, and most of them were like Pakistanis or Indians. You know, there was a few Americans and French people, and there was so many people in that house. And it was like the last night I was there, and I had came out of the room, and I was like, well, maybe I'll be nice and talk to these people, because I didn't want to talk to any of them the whole time I was there. I knew like people were telepathic and they were reading my mind. And so I had came out, and there was a guy, he was strumming on his guitar, and he had asked me what if I could have any job that I wanted. And somebody in the background, in the kitchen, around the corner, I don't even know if I don't think he was listening to the conversation, but all I hear is, I'm going to stick with God. And you know what? I'm thinking about it, and I think there was like a guy there with this short brown hair, and I think he actually was a Christian, but you know, I was just like, okay, another guy, whatever. And I think whoever was in the kitchen with him was possibly trying to make a deal with him also. So he had said that at the same time in which this guy was asking me. And so I said the same thing. I'm going to stick with God. And then literally this guy stopped strumming his guitar and got up and walked away. And I was like, holy crap, Satan is real. And so, you know, this is what these celebrities do. They end up making deals with Satan, and that's how they get the status that they get. And I'm sure they negotiate and all that kind of stuff. But I think God had his hand on me the whole time, to be honest, because I was going to these campgrounds and people were making threats. Oh, I hate Christians, and drawing lambs with targets on it. And I'm like, I'm not even a Christian yet, so I don't even know what that's about. But, you know, he said he chose us from the foundations of the earth, so he ain't playing. But yeah, I mean, these people are not worthy to be praised. The only one that's worthy to be praised is the one that created you and me and everything on this earth. You know, and until people come to the conclusion that they need to forsake everything that they have and everything that they're doing that ties them to the dark kingdom, it's just going to keep getting darker. I mean, all this stuff with the vaccine, and, you know, God's trying to tell people, you can't rely on man to heal you. I'm the one that heals you. So you want to sit here and try to go around me, and you want to be God? All right. We'll see how long that lasts. Anyway, gotta go. Love you guys. Bye.